Hello and welcome back. Yeah. Hello. As you know that welcome back. As you know that Instagram only have a 1 hour limit for the stream. That's why I have to keep restarting it. That's, and there's nothing much I can do about it. Mm. I mean, I did ask around. Seems like many of you still prefer the Instagram stream, so I'm going to stick with it. Otherwise, I'll just go straight to YouTube or Twitch, which I think may be a better choice. Anyway, the show is going on. Love your Lady Death work. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was fun. The hair look amazing. Oh, thank you. Creamy Mami, how many of you has watched this? It's so old school. Hello. Hope the school is doing well. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Do you miss school? Hello everyone, welcome back to my stream. Why the stream on YouTube finished? I have to restart my stream every 1 hour because of the Instagram stream time limit. Mm. So sorry for the interruptions. To be honest, do you guys prefer like Instagram or YouTube or Twitch? Mm. The details of the brush pen I'm using, yes, this is called Pentel art brush. It looks like that. Let me show you the packaging. So this is the packaging of the brush. It's called Pentel art brush, and you can buy refill. When it runs out of ink, you just pop a new one in, and then you keep going. Yeah. It comes with all sort of colors, but I only use black and the gray ones. Yeah. Instagram, you still prefer Instagram? Mm-hmm. Twitch and YouTube. It's hard to choose, right? Everyone prefer different things. Picato. Instagram. I know. I still don't have an answer to that question. Thank you. I'm using a Pentel brush pen. It's called Pentel Art Brush. Do I teach my student one-to-one or online? Yes, I teach my student physically, but now with the COVID, then we are implementing some kind of online module. But by right, we are teaching my student physically, like in person, so they get to see this old fart every week. Would I ever consider making online classes? At this point, no, I really don't think I have the capacity or so-called time to do that. So the closest you can get to really learn something from me, if you want to, is to really watch my live stream, like something like this, which I try my best to share as much as I can. Do I prefer traditional or digital? Both. I like both. Each medium has its own strength and weaknesses. Flash or Quicksilver? I'm a Flash guy because I watch the TV series of Flash, so I tend to like Flash more. Not because it's from DC or what. I just have more emotional connection with Flash because of the TV series. Yeah. Any video artist recommendation for fundamentals? Depends on what fundamentals you are talking about. If you talk about anatomy, fundamental for anatomy, I think artists like Glenn Vilppu, GLENN VILPPU, is amazing in terms of his anatomy. So I learned a lot from him and his method. So do check him out. He has videos, drawing manuals, and all kind of stuff. Really, really good stuff. 打招呼，你好。You are like my Harrison. Wow, okay. Which universe? Which Earth? I should ask. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just checking, make sure I get all the gray in the right place. Did I miss out any important areas? Yeah, looks okay. I didn't put in a lot of black for this piece, mainly because there's not a lot of black areas or dark areas. How do I come up with the name Art Germ? Many years ago, when I first started my art journey, I always wanted to have a name that represent my should I say philosophy or no? My motto. So my motto of art is to really be inspirations for other people. So I hope that I can draw something that when people look at it, and they also feel inspired to draw. So I want to have a name that have this idea of spreading the germs, spreading the virus. Well, I mean, not a right time to say that, but but those are good germs. So I like to be the one who inspire other people. Like when you catch a artistic germ, you feel like drawing. So that's why I call myself Art Germ. And I hope it's contagious in a good way. Someone asked me about pen. Let me check. This person on Instagram, K London, asked, so you can transit from black to gray with water. Oh, no, that's not my purpose. My purpose is not to make the black and the gray blend together. My purpose is to put the black and have a mid-tone gray as a base, so when I overlay with colors later on, you have an interesting illusion of volume without actually have to put in a lot of ink and blending and stuff. And it looks more graphic. And the artworks look more popping, which is pretty good for convention sketches, especially when you don't have a lot of time to slowly render everything out. That is a so-called a cheap way to achieve the effect of volume in dynamics. I should just ink the eyes a bit. If not, she look too scary. Yep. The anatomy artist, Glenn Vilpool. Let me type it out so that every one of you can see that it's GLENN VILPPU. So I start with shadow and then coloring like what I do in digital. Yeah, in a way, it feels like a grayscale painting, and then later on I will overlay with colors to colorize it. So it does feel a little bit like what I usually do, or sometimes when I do grayscale to color process. Yes. All right. So the gray is pretty much done. After that, I will think I can still add some colors on it. But before that, I would like to take a short break. As I say that it's important to take breaks to preserve the lifespan of your arms and your hands. So I will take a short break. I will come right back. So don't go away. Of course, you can grab some drinks and snacks. But if you need to go sleep, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. Otherwise, see you later. Now my beloved sniper to guard my art. Be right back. Alright, I'm back to the grind. Thank you for staying. I know it's been late for some of you. Alright, so let's put some colors on her. In my digital drawings, do I use Wacom and Huion or just Wacom? Just Wacom. I'm not even using a Cintiq. I'm using a medium size Intuos Pro. Do you look at your fans' art? Sometimes I do, yeah. It's not easy for me to look at everybody's art, just too many. I will try. Sounds like you want me to look at your artworks. Is that right? Let's see. Let's start with the hair. Just purple hair. So let's find a nice purple. I think this will work. I'll try something lighter in case. Always test your Copic and make sure you don't pull out your Copic's cap on top of your drawing. The chance of the ink spill is really, really high. Not so good. Sorry, let me keep trying a few different options. Too light. Come on, give me a good one. Too light. Come on, where's my magic purple? No, sometimes I take a long time to find the right colors. I have only one chance to make it right. Tell you what, I will just go with this. Yeah, Copic is quite costly, I must say that. But if you can use refill, ink refill for Copics, then it will save you a lot more money. If you're still new to Copics and you want to start trying out Copics, you can try just with the warm gray set. That should be quite enough to get you going. And you can slowly purchase extra colors as you learn. And I only use or mostly use the Copic sketch marker, which has the brush tip. that is very convenient for me to paint hairs and fabrics. Do I have any recommendation learning forms and perspective first before anatomy? No, I don't think so. I think you can learn all this together. I'll say if you are into characters, then I think anatomy is the more critical fundamentals you need to acquire. If the video is paused, you can just go to YouTube or Twitch to continue the stream. I think I don't want to interrupt anymore. Yeah. Do I have neck problem? Um, no, not really. I think I will have higher chance of having back problem rather than the neck problem. It really depends on your postures. Having a good postures in drawing really important. Especially if you spend 6 to 8 hours a day drawing. Keep a good postures. So I'm leaving some of the areas with white, which later on I will overlay it with a lighter tone of hair color. Then it will look alright. Thank you for switching over. If you just switch over from other social media, thank you. Yeah, sorry, I try not to restart the stream. It will take a while, so I'll just continue with YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. I didn't know that Twitter has live stream options though. I don't think many people watch from Twitter. Yeah, I'm reading message from all social media. So whether you're from Instagram, um, YouTube, or Twitch, I can see all of your messages at the same time. Mm. Yeah. So currently, I'm streaming from on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. Yeah, I'm using a table that has an angle to it, a drawing table. That will minimize the parallax error in drawing. If you're using a flat table, remember to check your artworks. I mean, bring it up and tilt it up every now and then, just to check it. All right, so the hair is kind of done. Now I'm going to overlay that with a lighter tone. Mm. That will work. Not too bad. Parallax error means that when you draw on a flat table, um, at an angle which is not perpendicular to your view, later on you may realize that it may look okay at this angle until you pick it up and look at it. You realize that, oh, the head tend to look a bit bigger and the body look a bit smaller. That's what I call the parallax error. Is it better Copic or touch marker? Well, I would say that it's okay for both. I use both at the same time, and they blend well together. So, but the touch marker is way cheaper. We are talking about 40% cheaper than Copics, and it's still refillable. So you can still buy refill for that. Although it's a little harder to find. So that's good. If you're watching from Twitch, I hope that you don't find it too boring, because I know that most of the Twitch streams come with music and nice soothing musics, and I don't have it. I hope that at least the drawing is fun to watch, and feel free to ask any questions. I will try to answer as much as I can. Do I grow up in Singapore? No, I was born in Hong Kong and I moved to Singapore with my parents at the age of 17. I've been living here for many years, like 30 over years. Actually, exactly 30 years. I'm 47 this year. Or am I? Thank you, thank you. Yeah. I try to make my live stream more educational than entertainment. Yeah. I mean, I can't do like what Ross Tran is doing, like doing all the funky stuff. So, so I make it more educational, and I hope you find something useful watching my live stream and answer some of the questions. Not too bad. The hair looks quite okay. Would I recommend you to practice every day? Of course, practice as much as you can. You really need to build the momentum and build some mileage in your work. And there's no other way to do it except practicing more as much as you can. But most importantly, try to find an angle that you enjoy drawing, that doesn't feel like a chore to you. I think that's important. I think if you can make it as fun as playing games, you are good. Well, it's not easy. I mean, many times I still like to play games, but I will find that drawing can be really fun, and sometimes it's even more fun than playing games. Do I have Procreate? I did try Procreate a bit when it first launched with the iPad Pro, but I don't really use that much though. Most of the time, because I really don't have time to work on my iPad. I'm either in the studio or in school or at home. If I'm at home, I don't draw. At home, I just spend time with my family, with my kids, with my wife. So I don't really draw at home. So I don't really have chance to use the mobile drawing tools. But having said that, it's a really, really powerful tool. I see many artists that's really amazing job with Procreate. So if you're using it, keep using it. It's a good stuff. Really good tool. No, my Instagram stream is stopped. Instagram has only 1 hour stream limit. So once it run out of time, I have to restart the stream, which at this point of time, I'm close to wrapping it up. So I try not to restart the stream again. So if you want to just come and hang around in Twitch or YouTube, it's the same thing. Can I show the back side of the paper? You want to know how much the ink soak? No, this is the back side of the paper. Not much. A little bit, not much. I always tell my student that I can teach you many things about art, technique, and the hard skill and the soft skill. But one thing I cannot teach, unable to teach, is to teach you to love drawing. That's something have to come from inside you. You must have the desire to draw. I cannot make you or teach you to be passionate. I can show you how I am dealing with art, how I try to find inspirations and motivate myself, but eventually it's still pretty much up to you. Especially we are living in at a time that with so many distractions. So what do you choose when you have free time? Hang out with friends, play games, or drawing? I think in my younger days I choose to draw a lot more. Like I choose to draw over anything else, over hang out with friends. Hi John. Do I teach children to draw? The only children I teach to draw are mine. Did I learn to draw in school? No, I'm a self-taught artist. I've never gone through any drawing classes. The only official creative training that I had was graphic design. That's it. But drawing and painting and stuff are something that I picked up on my own. Love your work so much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Mm. Really appreciate that. Am I using Copic brush for shadow or Pentel? Because of this particular process, I am relying a lot on the gray and the black that I put in before the coloring to depict some of the shadows areas. So it's quite easy in the sense that so you put a so-called a gray painting and then you overlay that with some of the local colors of the particular material or region. So it saves you a lot of time of finding different kind of markers to blend. For example, you may need to have one color for the shadow, one color for the mid, one color for the high light areas. So with this technique, then you don't really have to worry about that. You just need to focus on finding the right color to overlay. Of course, sometimes I will do something a bit more to it, like what I did with the hair, which I used two shades to convey the hair, which is possible as well. So it really depends what you like. I think when first starting out with Copics, I used purely just warm gray and cool gray. That's all. And then I purchased a lot more colors for myself. At first, I didn't know what to do with it. I thought it looks nice as a backdrop. And then I start trying on to refine my techniques so that I can include some of the colors. That's what I'm doing now. Now when I go for conventions, I have to travel long distance, like from Singapore to the state. We're talking about 20 hours at least. So I don't want to carry a lot of stuff, and I don't want to carry the full range of Copic markers to shows. So this process helped to cut down a lot of time. Is watercolor a good substitute for Copics? I think they behave quite differently though. I don't think that you can do that because watercolor rely a lot more on blending and let the watercolor spread, gradient and stuff. Copic is really harsh in a sense that you can't even get a soft brush effect. They are just hard because the tip is hard tip, so you don't get the kind of nice gradient you have with watercolor. So that's the trade-off. Yeah, I don't really enjoy traveling such a long distance, but I really enjoy meeting fans and meeting artists. So although the traveling part was tough, uh, the show itself is really rewarding. I mean, especially for those of you who has been following my art for a long time. since DeviantArt days. So meeting you guys is like meeting old friends. Alright, so let's... Oh, there's some red ribbon. Let me put some red ribbon. Okay. How did I study anatomy? Because I'm self-taught. Yeah, back in the days when I started learning to draw anatomy, I relied mainly on books from artists like Angel Loomis. So I just look at, and they are not, they were in Chinese. They are not even English version of it. So I just learned by looking at what he draws, and I try to replicate what he draws. So I just go through every single diagram one by one, just to get to understand that. So I remember I basically copied the entire drawing manual. And nobody tell me if I'm doing the right thing or the wrong things. I just need to figure everything out by myself. So I took a long path to learn about fundamentals, which most of you don't have to do that anymore because of the internet. You have a lot more resources, and which I didn't have those back then. Just pre-order your Marvel portfolio book. Thank you. My favorite music? Well, I don't really listen to music when I draw. But when I listen to music, usually I listen to Cantonese pop. Because I was from Hong Kong, so I listen to Cantonese pop or Mandarin pop. Usually songs that allows me to sing during karaoke section. So those are the songs I listen to, but I don't really listen to songs much these days. Sometimes I find it too distracting, when I draw and I start to play my favorite songs, I start singing and then just stop drawing or to get distracted. No good. They are streaming on Instagram. Yes, because Instagram only allowed me to stream for 1 hour, then I have to restart the entire stream. So I got lazy to start over again. So I just stick with the remaining streaming platforms. Yeah, which is YouTube and Twitch. So you can watch me on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter as well if you like to. Acham, I'm wondering, this from Warner, do you need a portfolio or do you just send the company your Instagram, etc.? Usually they contact me first. Nowadays, because of it's so connected, because of social media, if you make something that is nice, for example, if you're a fan of, let's say, a Wonder Woman, someone from DC, inside DC Comics, will be able to see it pretty much immediately, or someone inside will share your artworks to the team, and some of them may start watching you, following you on social media, and then one day the opportunity comes, they will just contact you for jobs. But the bigger question is that what do you think you can offer to the comic industry? What's something new you can bring to the table to rejuvenate the comic industry? How do I find inspirations for the day-to-day drawing? Well, mainly from games that I play, comic that I watch. For today, my inspiration is from nostalgia. So I'll look at some of the, maybe I'll come by a post from someone from Twitter and look at it and say, oh, that reminds me of something I loved in the past. Then I will start drawing. Yeah, it's pretty spontaneous. Or sometimes my student was talking about certain things, talking about a game, talking about an anime, talking about a movie. Then I would say, oh yeah, that's interesting. I should draw that. Yeah. For example, the Miruko that I drew 2 days ago. I drew her because I come across some posts on Twitter that I see many people start drawing her. So I start to dig deeper into that and say, oh, that is the new heroes from My Hero Academia that I have not read about yet. And so I'm still a little behind with the manga. So I think, oh, that looks cool. Let me draw it. Simple as that. Yeah. As I say, very spontaneous. Whatever that feels like interesting for me to draw, I'll draw it. Do I set a goal on how many drawing do I make in a year? I tried once. I think 2 years ago I tried once, and I tried to draw 200 of this kind of sketches within a year, and I failed. I ended up drawing about 160 or 170. Yeah, but I tried. It was not easy, really. I don't even count my digital drawing. I just count sketches like this. So on top of this, I was also working on my commercial projects, teaching, and other stuff. So there's actually a lot to handle. I guess I was a little bit too ambitious. Yeah, 200 is crazy, right? Atra has now become a small group. We used to have a lot of people on it, and I find that most of them are not really interacting or learning or contributing to the community. So eventually, I decided we as a group of us decided to restart it, and then now it's by invitation only. Only with a small group of people who are willing to learn and share, not just learn, but share with each other. Yeah. And for myself, I don't go there as often as before, mainly because of, again, life commitment. Also, I felt that I've done my part with the community, and now the community pretty much self-running, which I'm happy with. And I try to live stream a lot. within the Discord group back then, and it was okay at first. People come in and watch, and after a while, I think people got bored with it, and I told myself maybe it's time for me to try something else, to reach out to more people who are still interested to see how I draw. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm coming back to streaming. It's never easy to manage a big community like on Discord. It really takes a lot out of myself, and if I find that I'm not doing much there, or don't think I'm contributing to the community anymore, then I'll try to find somewhere else that I can really make full use of my time, that have more people benefit from what I'm doing. There's seasons of everything. For everything, I mean. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun streaming in Discord, but eventually we are just talking about a small handful of us, and I think I've answered almost all the questions that you have with the 1.5 years of myself spending there. So nobody asked me any more questions, so I thought maybe it's time to try something else. Any tips or exercise for getting better with values, especially using colors? I'm alright with black and white, but color just mess me up. Well, by right, values and colors must come together. You can't just have value without colors unless you are talking about purely black and white stuff. But even for black and white, you're trying to use value to represent colors. But how do you know which value to represent the colors? There's no universal official way of converting colors into black and white. Different algorithms give you different tones, just like in photography, right? So you using different kind of black and white film, it gives you different result. So how do you know which one is correct? You don't. Of course, if your work end up in just black and white, then it really doesn't really matter. But if you start to deal with colors, then you start to think more about value and color at the same time. You can't just single out values without paying attention to the colors, because they interact with each other. So my suggestion to you, do studies. By studies, I mean like either photo studies. Look at some of the nice photographs that people take, and try to see how do they set up the light, and how does the light react to different materials, and then try to replicate that. It's not just about try to paint like the photo, but to understand what make the photo looks good, and how do you